Webinar, we're going to talk about one add-on in particular, one add-on that drives bath appointments, and that is shed control. We can talk about in the future about the actual steps involved with the shed control process, but I'm just talking about the shed control in general. This concept, this add-on that really truly deserves its own identity in your grooming business, because shed control is one of those things, and we're going to kind of take a little bit of a deeper dive into this particular service, but this is something that's a game changer if you allow it to have its own identity. How do you market for this and how do you develop a business model around this? That's going to take some additional conversation, something we're not going to be able to talk about or that I can give you in just the course of this sort of mini episode of time together. Shed control absolutely attracts. This is what's special about it. It attracts highly profitable appointments. Why does it attract highly profitable appointments? Because let's just talk about the money in part, right? The business is really money in, money out, and money left. So the money in from shed control, if given an identity and brought sort of as a key player service in your business, can increase the ticket price for bath appointments by 50%, 40 to 50% increase in the revenue or the ticket price for bath appointments, all on the heels of shed control. Another reason why it's profitable, again, that we talked about money in, but how about money out? It's performed by lower cost staff. Who? Groom techs. So if we didn't have groom techs and we had shed control that was driving really great revenue, but we're giving shed control treatments to groomers who we pay for their expertise, we're underutilizing the groomer's skill and we're overpaying for that appointment type. So again, the money in from revenue from shed control boosts revenue by 40 to 50%. But if we have it performed by lower cost staff like groom techs, our profit margin just went up considerably. Groom techs are easier to recruit, they're easier to train, and they're easier to replace. So bath breeds are typically not taken to professional groomers. How many Labradors, Boxers, Goldens are taken on a regular basis to professional groomers, those that provide haircuts? Let's just say grooming salons or grooming businesses. All right. Many bath breeds are not taken because there's no reason yet that the pet parents believe they need to take their bath breed to a professional groomer, except when they need their nails trimmed, which sometimes just results in a nails only visit and not even a full service bath. Or if maybe the bath dog just stinks. Maybe it's maybe it's been a while since that pet has been bathed, or maybe it's during the cold season and the pet parent can't bathe the dog outside, or they don't want to take their dog to a self wash. Again, most bath breeds don't visit groomers as regularly as haircut breeds. All right. And the third reason why a pet parent of a bath breed would bring their pet to a professional groomer is if they've got bugs, right? Fleas and ticks and such. But our veterinary friends have done a really, really great job out there in mitigating the pests by flea prevention and tick prevention methods. So again, the only reason why many times a pet parent of a bath breed will bring their pet to a grooming salon, to a professional groomer, is if they need their nails trimmed, if they stink, or if they've got bugs. Right? But shed control is not just extra brushing. It's a whole program. You see, earlier I mentioned elevating it, giving it its own identity. All right. Recommendations on the actual steps of how to perform it, we'll discuss later. But again, just look at the concept of shed control and say it's not just extra brushing. It's a whole process. It's a program. And once we put together that system, that program of shed control, revolutionizes your business. When it's performed and positioned correctly, this service increases frequency. So instead of a pet parent of a bath breed, maybe bringing them in every 4 to 6 months, now we're giving them a reason to come in every 4 to 6 weeks. Every 4 to 6 weeks. Think about how big that can be for your business. Well, we're going to create a system with shed control that establishes or changes the behavior of pet parents, right? Shed control. I'm spoiled by having less hair in my home. I'm coming in to see you more frequently because I am now hooked on having shed control performed on my pet. So, how do we give it its own identity? So, I'm going to recommend you do something absolute, just do something crazy, right? Let everyone else in your market look at de-shed or shed control or whatever they want to call it. Let everybody else look at this particular service as just that, as just an add-on. Okay. Let everybody else look at it that way. You elevate it and you create a program around it. The easiest way to do that in every single market, I recommend you proclaim. Now, that's a really strong word. Proclaim. You are making it known that you and your team are the experts with the solution for hair in the pet parent's home. Now think about that for a moment. If if in your market everybody else is doing, yeah, we can do some extra brushing, or maybe sometimes they even include it and don't charge for it, even better because it has zero identity in that regard. But if you in your market proclaim to be the expert in having the solution for hair in the pet parent's home, now you're not saying you are eliminating shedding. That's not it at all, right? That's why I like to call it shed control, because what you're doing is saying, we have a solution, we have a program that's going to, let's say, maybe result in the customer vacuuming once a week instead of once every day. There's all kinds of different ways that I can help you frame this in and breathe life into this program. But it starts with you proclaiming to be the expert. Be known in your area as the place that has a solution for the shedding nightmare. And again, there's lots of different ways to market yourself and your business for this that we'll discuss later. But just start thinking about how many bath breeds. In fact, there was a study, now this goes back several years, but there was a study that I once read that said that how many more bath breeds, how many more dogs that are bath breeds are there compared to trim breeds? And at one point, the number was there are 8 to 1, 8 bath breeds, 8 bath dogs, if you would, for every one trim dog. Now that just blew my mind. I'm thinking, holy cow, what a great opportunity. Thus, the beginning of a shed control identity. Shed control. Okay. You remember maybe in school, and I'll leave you with this sort of visual. Remember in school when you saw like pictures of a food chain, right? Little fish gets eaten by bigger fish, gets eaten by bigger fish, and yet one even larger fish, right? All right. To get to groomers, we need groom techs. In order to get to groom techs, we need bath appointments. And in order to get to bath appointments, yep, you guessed it, the smallest fish with the greatest potential in the beginning for this entire food chain is shed control. So, training new staff can absolutely be made so much easier for you. So, to capitalize on this, we work together. You and I work together on how do we position shed control in your business. But at some point, you need to train those new people that you're going to be bringing in to handle those bath appointments, those groom techs. And our friends at Paragon School of Pet Grooming have made it easier, especially on your pocketbook, to make this happen for you and to help you with this. So not only in your pocketbook, but also in the process of training. So there's a proven method that the team at the Paragon School of Pet Grooming would be happy to introduce to you. I would be happy to introduce to you as well. As you see on your screen, there's a promo code that you can take advantage of, save you $100 off of enrollment, and save you a lot of headache and a lot of time training those groom techs.